Good morning, everyone. So today in this lab, we will discuss longest common subsequence problem. So we have already discussed this problem in theory lectures. So we all are familiar what is this problem basically. So I will again revise you in brief about this problem. LCS problem is a dynamic programming approach in which we find the longest subsequence which is common in between two given strings. A subsequence is a sequence which appears in the same order but not necessarily contiguous. For example, ACF, AFG, AFGHD, FGH are some subsequences of a string ACFGHD. So for a string of length n, there can be total 2 raised to the power n subsequences. The LCS algorithm is widely used in bioinformatics for matching two sequences like for DNA matching, etc. For string ACF, GHD and ABF, the longest common subsequence is AFHD. The function that is used to find the longest common subsequence of two strings is given below. Here you can see the mathematical model of this longest common subsequence. So here Cij is a cost matrix, or you can say the solution vector Cij cost matrix. And what are the values? How this cost matrix will get assigned the values. So if we are having two strings, one is of if we are having two strings, one named as x and the another is named as y, and if I and j represents the total number of matching characters, and if I is equal to 0 or j is equal to 0, that means these are basically these I and j are indicating the length of these x and y, and if one of the string is string of is having the length 0, then we will not get any longest common subsequence. So the cost matrix will contain all the values as 0. And if I and j is greater than 0 and both the pattern matches, uh, a particular character in that pattern matches with the other character in the other string, then the solution matrix or the cost matrix, we will update the value of that particular index position as ci minus 1 comma j minus 1 plus 1. We will update that particular index position where we are matching this x of I and y of I. So whatever is the value of that I and jth location, that particular location in the solution matrix or the cost matrix will get updated by this value. And if the particular character in both the string does not match with each other, then that particular location ith or jth in that cost matrix will get updated by this particular formula, that is max of c of I comma j minus 1 comma c of I minus 1 comma j. All this thing we have discussed in our theory lectures also, so you are very familiar what is this basically. So now come to the code part. So here is the program coding of that longest common subsequence. So here in the statement number 8 and 9 you can see the basic header files, stdio.h and string.h. As we are going to compare two strings, so we have included this string.h also. Now come to the main function first. So in this main function, what you have written here, first there is a printf message, and what we are printing here, enter first sequence, and is scanning that sequence into the variable x. And one more thing that I want to discuss, that we have declared all the variables here as a global variable because all the variables are used in the functions all the functions that we have created in this program. We have basically two functions in this program. One is a print function and the another one is the LCS function, and third function is the main function, which is necessary for each and every C program. So there are basically three functions: main, and apart from main we are having two other functions, that is one is LCS and second is print. So we have declared all the variables as a global variable. So the values of all these variables are available throughout the scope of all the programs, scope of all the functions. Okay, so I, J, M, N, these are the variables of integer type, and this is an array C of 2020, size 2020, and we are having two linear array, 1D array X and Y of length 2020, which will contain our string to be matched character array, and one is the we will having two other matrices that will be used in our computation part. One is a C matrix and the second is a B matrix. So come to the main function. First we will enter the message, enter first sequence, and scan that particular sequence first string X in X array, and the second again we will display or enter the next message as enter second sequence, and we will scan that second sequence in the array Y. Then we will again we are printing a next message, the longest common subsequence is. Now we will call the LCS function and we will go to the LCS function. Now here is our LCS function. What we are doing in this function, first we are taking two variables m and n, and we are using the predefined function strlen and passed the array x here. So what strlen function will do, it will calculate the length of the first string and return it to m. So we will be having the length of both the string, that is length of both the x and y, and these length will get stored in the variables m and n respectively. M will store the length of string x and n will store the length of string y. Next, in the next statement, we are having a for loop here. So what we are doing in this for loop here, uh, uh, we are initializing for loop as I is equal to 0, I less than m, and I plus plus. And in this for loop, we are initializing the cost matrix as C of I comma 0 is equal to 0. So what we are doing here, we are initializing the cost matrix first row and first column as 0 0. Okay, so from this first loop we are initializing the first column as 0 0, and this with this for loop, with the help of this second for loop, we are initializing the first row as 0, all the values in the first row as 0. So what we are doing here with the help of these two for loop, we are initializing the cost matrices first row and first column with the value 0 0. Next, in this command you can see that we are using three variables C, U and L to denote cross, upward and downward directions respectively. So in the theory lectures we have discussed that what is the meaning of this C. If the two particular letters or two particular alphabets in both the string matches with each other, then we put a diagonal arrow at that particular location. But here for representing that diagonal arrow, we are using the symbol as C. And if the particular characters or the particular alphabets in both the string does not matches, then we compare the we compare the entry in the cost matrix of the upper location and the leftward location. Whichever value is greater, we will put that value in that particular location of that cost matrix. All the thing we have discussed in our theory lectures also. Now, to perform this, to perform all the things that I have cleared you, we are applying again two for loops here to comparing both the strings. So in the very first for loop, what we have applied, for I is equal to 1, and this loop will continue till I less than equal to m and I plus plus, and the second for loop will start from j is equal to 1 and will continue till the length of the second string and j plus plus. So we are having two for loops here. One will continue from first for loop will continue from 1 to the length of the first string, and the second for loop will continue from 1 to length of the second string. And at each step, they both will get incremented by 1 1. And in this for loop, what we have written, we are applying if condition here and comparing the strings, both the strings here. If x of I minus 1 equal to y of j minus 1, if both the characters of both the string matches with each other, then what we have to do? We have to update the entry c of ij with c of I minus 1, j minus 1 plus 1. That is, we are incrementing in the diagonal element, upper diagonal element by 1 and put that value at this particular location ci and j, cij. So the value cij will get updated by this ci minus 1, j minus 1 plus 1. And in the theory, I have mentioned you that in the next matrix b of ij, we put a diagonal arrow there, but here we are using a symbol as a c. Okay, so this was the case where both the characters of both the string matches with each other. If this condition not gets true, then we come to the else part. Here else if both the character does not matches with each other, then we will check that the index entry ci minus 1 j and ci j minus 1. So whichever entry is greater than with the another one, that entry will be assigned to this c of ij. If this entry is greater than this entry, then this entry will get assigned to this c of ij. And if this entry is greater than this entry, c of I minus 1j, then c of I j minus 1 will get assigned to this c of ij. So whichever entry is greater, it will get assigned to this c of ij. And if the above entry is greater than, then we put the upper sided arrow, which is represented by u in this case, and put this value into this b of ij matrix. And if this entry is greater, if this entry is greater, c of I j minus 1, then we put a left sided arrow. As we have discussed in our theory lecture, we put a left sided arrow in this b of ij, but in this case we are using a symbol L for that left sided arrow. So in this manner, this for loop will continue and all the characters matched, or all the characters are matched, and according to that, both the matrices C of ij and B of ij will get updated. Then after, at the end of the sequences of two strings, we will complete this LCS function and will return to our main function here. Now at this point, we are having two matrices B and C with some values, and the value of the variable I and j will be at the end of the index position of the two strings. Now we will call here the print function with the arguments m and n. So what is the value of m and n there? These are basically the length of the two sequences here. So if m and n are having the length like 4, 4, so yeah, or 4 and 5, so m will get replaced by 4 and n will get replaced by 5. Now here is the definition of print function. Here int I and int j will contain the length of both the string x and y respectively. Now here we are passing a if condition here. If I is equal to 0 or j is equal to 0, then return to main program. If any of the string is of length 0, then we don't have any longest common subsequence, so we return to our main program. But if it is not so, then we will come to the next if condition and check if b of ij is equal to c, or that means a diagonal arrow. So what is this b of ij? This indicates the last entry of this b of ij. As these are the global variables I and j, so whatever value of this I and j in the LCS function will get passed in this print function also. So b of ij indicates the last entry of bij, and we check if this entry is equal to c or that diagonal arrow, then we will call the print function again. We are using recursion here. So we again call that print function with the arguments I minus 1 and j minus 1. And after solving this print function completely, we printing that particular matching character here, because if it is equal to that diagonal arrow or this c, that means both the characters matched with each other. That's why we have put here as c or a diagonal arrow. So after calling that print function and after solving it completely, we will print here that particular matching character for finding the longest common subsequence. So here in this printf function, that particular matching character will get printed as x of I minus 1. And this print I minus 1 and j minus 1 will be solved accordingly. And if it is not so that b of ij is not equal to c, then we will come to this else part, else if b of ij equal to u, that means if there is a upper sided arrow in that particular entry, then we will again call a print function there with the arguments I minus 1 comma j and solve it further accordingly. And if it is not so also, then we will call the print function with the argument I comma j minus 1. So solving in this particular manner, we will get the longest common subsequence of two strings. I hope you understand this code. Now we will run this code. Now enter the first sequence like madam, madam, and the second sequence is ma'am. Now we will check. So the longest common subsequence is mam, ma'am. And we can also print the length of this longest common subsequence also by counting the characters in this longest common subsequence. So I hope you all understand, and if there is any query, you can ask me in the another theory lectures. Thank you all.